Hello and welcome to the live stream. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I've had some things I've had to get done and make more priority than. But in some good news, earlier this evening I finished recording, working on a audiobook or an electronic book that I've been looking to bring to the channel. Normally when they're released, it's the first edition, but I decided to make it as an alt edition because it's still very rough around the edges. But I effectively, around lunchtime today, said, doesn't matter, wrap it up, put it in whatever shape it's in, send it. So there'll be some recordings and I'll put out a community notice board soon. And that's unblocked some things that I wanted to get this out of the way first before moving on to some other things. So some lot more should be appearing on the channel soon. On to tonight, I've got some time for a live stream. I'm looking to see if I can come back and do Friday night games night live streams again to something a bit more casual, but still at the same time, make myself available for chats of any questions about anyone wants to ask about just about anything. So keep an eye over looking into the chat. And this is Pioneers, or it's a online version of Settlers of Catan. I'm playing against some bots. And we've got Abraham Lincoln, a former president of the United States a long time ago, another former president of the United States, Richard Nixon, and Archimedes. So this game is open source. It's free to download and build. And one of the things I've done is change some of the characters' names. And I'm going to see if I can change some of what they do in the chat, which is one of the reasons I like this game as well. Besides, it's a great game. It's won several games, the Game of the Year prize, like a prestigious one in Europe. I think it could be Germany, but it's well worth it and addictive. So the goal we have to do is get to so many points where I'll bring that up as well. I think we've got to get to 8 points. No, points needed to win 10. And we've got to build roads like I can do at the moment, build settlements. So Abraham Lincoln went first, and Richard Nixon, they placed a settlement there and built a road. So the way the initial setup works is we go top to bottom, where everyone gets a chance to place something down. Then we get to the bottom, Archimedes gets a double move. So it's a bit of, if you get the very best move, then you get the worst move on the way back through. So all these resources, we've got a hill, which produces brick, field, which produces grain, mountain and ore, and pasture presents wool with sheep living on it, and forest can make lumber. Gold, we don't have any gold in this map. This is the default map. It's been randomized for randomized tiles and numbers 2 to 12, which I'll come back to later. Gold is any resource of whoever's choice. Desert produces nothing, and sea produces nothing as well. So the other things on the settlement, which is worth 1 point, a city, and you can purchase development cards. This is what it costs to build them. The road needs a brick and a lumber. Settlement, brick, grain, wool, and lumber. And a city, you need a settlement on there first, but to upgrade from a settlement to a city, 2 grain and 3 ore. And a development card, I'll make sure to buy several of those, is grain, ore, and sheep. So in that vein, I'm going to put a settlement down next to an ore tile, an ore hexagon, grain hexagon, and a lumber one. It looks like the bricks have already been pretty much locked down. So just to go back with the numbers as well. So we've got 2 dice here that you'd normally be playing with. You roll at the start of everyone's turn. And whatever number that gets is what resources are produced. So a 9 and a 10 are more likely to happen than a 3 and a 2. So out of the 36 possible combinations, a 2 only comes out 1 of the 36, 3 will be 2 of the 36, and a 6 is very favored. It happens 4 of the 36. So I'm hoping by locking down these hexagons first, and hopefully I've got an option to build up and then get a port next to here, which gives me favorable trading terms. So if I get a lot of resources, I can trade with the bank or trade, I don't know who it would be. But I can trade 4 to 1. So if I've got 4 wool, and I've got no way of getting brick otherwise, I can save up 4 and then make a trade of 4-1. And then I can end up buying things that I need. I can also trade with other players. So it is a bit of cooperative, competitive as well. So for everyone to sort of get ahead, you might make trades, but later on in the game, you certainly don't want to if you can see someone ahead. Or alternatively, the 3 players might work together to try and bring down the leading player. They almost so. So now I've done that. I'll get rid of the legend and I get to finish my turn. So now double set up Archimedes, who's placed down 2 settlements and 2 roads. So I'm hoping I get another shot now. I'll grab this. I'll grab here. Yeah, it looks to be 6-1, half a dozen the other. Yeah, I'll aim for sheep endgame. So if I build up here, I can get a 3-1. So this is a 2-1 trading port. If I get a settlement or a city here, I can trade 2 of any resource. It has to be the same resource. So 2 lumber or 2 brick, and then, 2 grain. Sorry, I've got confused. If I have 2 grain, I can trade that to any resource. So that's the first thing I'm going to look to do. But here, if I have 3 of any resource, not just grain, I can trade that. And that'll finish my turn as well. So let's get other people going as well. So if a 4 is rolled, then Richard Nixon with his 2 blue settlements here will get 2 lots of brick. If a 5 is rolled like it's just happened, then I get a grain and Richard Nixon gets a grain as well. Plus Abraham Lincoln gets one from a separate hexagon over here. So at the moment, the first thing we have to do is roll the dice. And you will note as well that there's no 7s on the board. So a 7 is special. It's a move the robber. And if the robber is on a tile, then that specific tile doesn't produce anything. And I've got quite a bit of everything. So I'll see if I can trade first. I want lumber. I want to build a road. And I'll try giving them, well, everything but brick. And no one wants to trade. So I'll get a development card. So there are several different development cards. I don't have a way to get the whole list for them. Anyway, that'll finish my turn. So there's many soldiers in the deck. There's road building, there's monopoly, and things like university and other resources. So right now, someone has rolled a 7 in the mean turn, and they've placed the rower onto this tile. I'm going to play my soldier card, and that moves the robber onto... I'll put it here and stop them from... Probably should have gone for a lumber, but hopefully I can get a brick and a lumber and then work my way through. Also, once roads are placed, they can't be... other people can't build on them. So I'm going to try again, say I want lumber, and I'm going to trade, again, anything but brick. No, and off we go. So everyone else is rolling, and there's a bit of chat. So Abraham Lincoln moves a robber, stole a brick card from me, and said, hee. So with this open source, I'm looking to see if I can get them to make some more specific things, as well as hopefully make people saying specific things. So like Archimedes might say something about, hey, have you heard about my latest invention? But that's quite a bit off yet. Well, I might have to try something else. Okay, I'll see if I can get an ore for wool and brick. If I can't get a road, okay, then I'll get the development card. I'll get 2 development cards, and it finishes my turn. I don't know if I can play them straight away, but another one is Year of Plenty, which means you can take 2 resource cards of any type from the bank. They must be, yeah, they can be the same or different. They don't have to be both, right? So, all right. Yep, I'm going to play that. So I'm going to grab 2 lumbers. And that lets me go up there, because if Richard Nixon built a road up there, I wouldn't have been able to. Okay. And that finishes my turn. And one of the things oh, it's making a little bit of a liar out of me. I think I've seen a bug with this program before where if you play cards, if you have more than one card type in there and then subsequently play them, the play card button's disabled. So at the same time, I'll place the robber again and try and see if I can get something else of worthwhile. So I can't do anything at the moment. I will try and see if I can get a city up soon. And if I do that, I'll put it on the right-hand side here. So that way, if it, there we go, being made available to me. See if I can also trade brick for lumber. Yep, and I'll trade with Abraham Lincoln. And I've got a choice of either putting a settlement on or getting a city. I'll get the city first. And I can try and see about. All right, I'll go for a sieve out of 3 for 1, and hopefully that gives me options as well. Probably should have kept the brick. Anyway, I can't go back and undo it. So turn 7 for me. Roll the dice. Roll a 2. Okay, so grain, and that's the only thing that got done. So it's not much happening at the moment. More lumber, doubled every time that rolls 9, and they get a 2. Twice as many lumber from the hexagon. And I can trade with the bank, 4 to 1, but let's see what else anyone wants to. All right, I'll try grain. Yeah, I'll keep that up my sleeve. And then I'll get another development card. Okay. All right, so this one's special. A governor's house, it doesn't give me any sort of tangible benefits, but it does give me a victory point. And there's other ways as well to get more victory points by having the longest contiguous road. Yeah, they can get 2 victory points. So Richard Nixon's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the minimum you need to get that achievement, and so forth. So if I build a road and out the edge and get 7, then I could get that. I'll see if I can get grain from someone. Lumber and ore, and yeah, no, I need the brick. All right, I'll go development card route and see if I can make things. And yeah, okay, so I can play the governor's house immediately, not the soldiers. No, I can play the soldier now. It's a bit weird. Anyway, who was my biggest threat? Richard Nixon or Archimedes? Yep, I think Richard Nixon is, but getting into the later game, blocking off the brick isn't as important. Right, so some lumber would be nice. Let's see if the wool and ore. No one wants a deal, but I can get another city. And yeah, could be in an interesting spot here. Bit of a pickle. I've got my grain. Got a lot of grain. So I can certainly build a settlement, and I'll let's see if I can, yeah, no one wants to develop with me. So let's get that settlement in there. So 2-1. And there's also another rule that you need at least a square for placing a city down. So I can't, because we're across, I can't build here or next to Archimedes. So the amount of places you can build gets a bit limited. The other bonus as well is largest army. Because I played 3 soldier cards now, I can get 2 bonus points, which again can be taken away if Richard Nixon plays another soldier. He can take that from me. So he's certainly my major competitor at the moment. So I need 2 more points, and that's the game. Right, so it's my turn. I've got nothing I can do. And don't think I can trade, but I'll see if I can get away lumber for ore. Yep, I'll trade with Abraham Lincoln. And I'll keep that lumber in my back pocket for now. Because if I get wool, I can build another settlement, getting me some more points. I can place the robber, so hopefully yeah, well, probably should have used the lumber. Sorry, probably should have put it on the brick, but that affects both of my nearest opponents. Wool, I can do 2-1 wool, okay. But let's see if I can give them ore or brick. Absolutely. I will more than happy to trade with Archimedes. Okay, so I've now got another settlement. I just need 1 more point, and I'll finish if I can then get more development cards. I might get something similar to the governor's house, and that can push me up to the limit. Yeah, there we go. Yep. So a chapel, let's see if I can, 1 victory point. So again, it doesn't give you any particular bonus. I think there's another one called a market, and if I play that, then I've won the game with 10 victory points. So that's a quick game of Settlers. You are working with them against several different people, but also against them as, I guess, frenemies, and have to build an empire up. So I'll stop my little private server. That gets everyone booted off. So start, and all right. So I've got 3 different players again now. It's another randomized map. And I'm going to see if I can become the lumber baron. That's my first move. Everyone else gets to place all of their settlements down before I get the chance to do it again. And I want to get a brick, lumber, enough to build an apartment over here, and go for it. And I don't know how that one's still available. Oh, take it. The only thing I'm really short of is ore. And I've got a 3-1 access over here by more brick. No, and that's, I'm happy with. And the first time at the beginning of the game, everyone gets a bonus resource card based on the second settlement they've built. All right, 12. No, nothing on it. So now we've got 3 different other bots. Richard Stallman, Julius Caesar, who's, well, I might just give up empire building against Julius Caesar. I think it's, yeah, and Amelia Earhart. So she was a famous pilot. but ended up, I think, being lost at sea. I'm not sure whether they've settled, whether it's happened, but she went for a long flight across the ocean and didn't land safely. Or this could be over real quick. All right, so no one's looks like they're boxing me in down here. I could work my way along here and snakinate, but first I want to get my 2-to-1 lumber build going. So hopefully I can start trading to virtually anything I want with that. And 2-to-1 ore, 2-to-1 grain, 2-to-1 brick, and 2-to-1 sheep. Yeah, so that's got to be 2-to-1 lumber. And all right, see if I can get lumber and offer up anything I've got. Yeah, Richard Stallman wants to do business, so I'll put another road in. Do I want to cut off? I'm going to try and cut off Julius Caesar. Yep. Okay. So it's pretty much a race. Whoever puts the next road on this southbound section here claims it. Place the robber. Yep, I'm going to try. I've stolen a piece from Julius Caesar. Well, of course, once you place the robber, you get to choose which adjacent one. And I think he just... No, Julius Caesar, Amelia Hart. Julius Caesar plays a soldier and then move the robber in that spot, but put it next to Stallman. Okay. All right, well, I might still be in good standing. I don't have anything really I could do. I could have aggressively traded. Yep. Oh, and Caesar beat me to it. Well, hopefully it's taking a mark off my back then. All right, I'll see if I can get brick for wool. And no one wants to do a deal. And I'll try brick for wool again. Yep, Julius Caesar's got the largest army. Well, that tracks. And yeah, they're sort of picking on me, I think, by putting robbers near me. That's all right. Yep, let's try my 2-to-1 lumber advantage. All right, definitely putting it down here. Now, unfortunately, the way the longest road counts is that this segment in here doesn't count anymore. And players are also limited with what they can do, so I can only put 2 more settlements out. And I could really be in trouble here. No one wants to. Yeah, Julius Caesar's building a longer road, longest army. That robber. All right, I'll see if I can get rid of some ore. Sorry, get an ore. No one wants to do business. All right. And Amelia's giving me odds. I'll... Oh, no. Sometimes, though, when they offer trade, they want 2 things. It doesn't have to always be even. And I am boxed in there now. That's not good for me. It's really bad for me, actually. Because I've now got to build a road out here too. All right. Yeah, and I'm only at 3 points compared to, well, 8. Or, and let's give anyone pretty much anything they want, except I'm not giving it to Caesar. I know I just did that, but I'm going to offer again in case, yeah, Amelia wants to go again. All right, well, if I do that, I knock off one card, and let's see how we go. All right. Let's roll the dice, see how we go. Year of Plenty gives me, I think I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to join these roads if I want to stay alive, but Year of Plenty is only going to give me 2 resources. So even if I got ore and ore, all right, I'll take one for the team. I want brick and a lumber, and let's build that. So I've now got the longest road. Hopefully Julius is a bit further away from victory now. Oh, it's not, if I am, it's not going to be for long. All right. Well, at least I tried. Yeah, so I can't build I can't build one there. There, or got to at least go to like the ocean over here before doing it. All right, trade on ore. Yep, we'll get rid of lumber and then development card. Okay. Julius has now played 5 soldiers. I'm not sure how many are in the deck, but raising an army against, yeah, well, all right. It's a bold move. I don't think it's going to play out well for me. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. I've got, yep, okay. The best I could probably do is to stave the longest road off Caesar, and then hopefully Amelia Earhart takes the victory. And Caesar's got the longest road, the largest army. No, I'm going to cut Amelia off. She might be able to join up there to make the longest road, but I've got the longest road back again. So I can't win, but I'm cheering for Amelia to get the job done. Well, I probably can't win. It would certainly be from behind victory if it is. Okay. I want ore, and let's give rain and brick. I'll trade with her on principle. Okay. First time I've seen charity. Ore and brick. No, but we don't want to go this time. Also, when you roll a 7, if you have too many resources, you have to give some of them up. So how can I hurt? That's probably the best way I can hurt Caesar. And I'll see if I can trade an ore for brick. No, no one's interested. Oh, what about ore for wool? Sorry, I want wool, but give them brick. No, okay, not interested, so I'm just going to keep trying to build a road and hopefully I can build a settlement now. All right, well, let's see about that. Yeah, no one wants to let me get a city. I'm straight out not trading, and that's not going to let me build a settlement anyway. So let's see about getting a lumber. I can only train grain and ore. All right, development card it is. So I could play the university card and yeah, I'll do that now. Well, no, Julius Caesar did beat me to the punch. Okay. And maybe it's not my turn, so I couldn't play it. I don't know. Might have to investigate that more. But otherwise, I do think it's a pretty good game. Nice implementation. Even it's a rare case where it comes up where it can affect the game. But there have been times where I've wanted to play a soldier card to say get a longest army, but I couldn't. I think I'll wrap it up here. Over the next few days or so, there'll be I'll put some other videos up about the other videos I recorded earlier tonight. I'll put a community post up. As I said, it is very rough around the edges, but I wanted to work on it and finish it off in private before putting it on, and then I'll make some other videos available. It should be much quicker to produce. But if you've got any questions, comments, or feedback, please leave a comment, and I'll see if I can get back to a more active schedule